Hello, this is Babita Sharma and today I'm in front of you discuss about the topic metals and non-metals. It's a class 10th science chapter in chapter number 3, metals and non-metals. In this chapter we will discuss about physical and chemical properties of both metals and non-metals. Firstly, we discuss the physical properties of metals. Here there are 8 properties. First, they are ductile. They are ductile in nature. Ductile means they have the ability to convert into thin wires. This property is called ductility. So metals are ductile in nature. Like we use the aluminium for making or copper for making wires. So they are the ductile in nature. They are malleable. Malleable means metal have the property to convert into thin sheets on beating. When we beat the metal, then it have the capability to convert into thin sheets. So this property is called malleability. Third, they are sonorous in nature. Sonorous means they produce sound on hitting. When a metal hit to another object, then they produce sound. So this is called sonorous nature. They are good conductor of heat and electricity. Metals also conduct heat and electricity, like copper metal is used in wire and it's a good conductor of heat and electricity. They are generally solid. Most of the metals are solid except mercury. Hg is the symbol of mercury, which is a liquid at room temperature. All metals are solid except mercury, which is a liquid at room temperature, and we used it in thermometer in liquid form. It is used in thermometer, and thermometer is used for checking the fever of a patient. So they have high density except sodium and potassium. Sodium and potassium are very soft in nature, and beside it all other metals are high density. Metals are hard and strong. Metals कैसे होते हैं? Hard होते हैं और strong होते हैं except sodium and potassium. Na and K, the symbol of Na, the symbol of sodium, and K is the symbol of potassium. Very good. Last property is they are lustrous in nature. Lustrous means they have shiny in nature. Shining होते हैं nature में. Like gold, silver, both are shining in nature. So, and gold and silver both are metals. So they are lustrous in nature. Here is the reactivity series of metals. Now it is the reactivity series of metals. In this we discuss the all kind of metal which are highly reactive, moderate reactive, and least reactive. It is the reactivity decreasing below the reactivity series. Like upper metals are more reactive, highly reactive, and the middle metals are moderate reactive in nature. Beside it, the least reactive metals which are present at the bottom of the reactivity series. So firstly, potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium, these are highly reactive metals. If we take it in open air, then it highly reactive, so it reacts with oxygen and they form oxides or other substances. And copper, mercury, silver, gold, these are least reactive metal. These are not react in open air condition. They react with special compounds and make substances. And aluminum, zinc, iron, vanadium, lead, these are the moderate reactive in nature. Next, this is the chemical properties of metals. How metal react with other chemicals. Firstly it react with oxygen. When metal react with oxygen, then they form metal oxides, which are basic in nature. And this reaction depend upon reactivity series or metals whose metal are highly reactive, like sodium, potassium. These are present at the top of the series, so these are highly reactive metal. They react easily with oxygen. Sodium, when react with oxygen, then they form sodium oxide, which are basic in nature. When potassium react with oxygen, then they form potassium oxide, which are also basic in nature. And sodium or potassium being present at the top of reactivity series, so react with oxygen at room temperature. That doesn't require any kind of special temperature or heat. They react with oxygen at room temperature. And what is our room temperature? Yes, 27 degrees Celsius. But magnesium doesn't react with oxygen. Magnesium doesn't react with oxygen at room temperature because it lies in the bottom part of the reactivity series. Magnesium is bound in the presence of oxygen, which give magnesium oxide. Magnesium and burn in the presence of oxygen, which give magnesium oxide. reaction, magnesium react with oxygen, magnesium oxide, and magnesium oxide when react with water, then they form magnesium hydroxide. Clear? When magnesium oxide react with water, then they form magnesium hydroxide, which is also basic in nature. When aluminium and zinc are react with oxygen, then they form aluminium oxide and zinc oxide. Aluminium react with oxygen, form aluminium oxide, and when zinc react with oxygen, then they form zinc oxide. And these oxides are amphoteric in nature. These oxides are amphoteric in nature, means they consist both acidic as well as basic nature. Second, the reaction with water. And only those metals react with water whose lie above hydrogen in reactivity series. Clear? Those metals which are lie above the hydrogen in reactivity series, only those metals which are highly reactive, they react with water. Metal react with water, then they form metal hydroxide. But which kind of product is formed? Metal hydroxide. Sometime 1 marks MCQ question is asked that when metal react with oxygen, then which kind of product is formed? Yes, the product is metal hydroxide. When metal react with cold or hot water, then they form metal hydroxide, and plus evolution of hydrogen gas. Which gas is evolved? Hydrogen gas. When metal react with steam, steam means water, react with, then they also form metal oxide, and reaction evolution of hydrogen gas. When potassium react with cold water, then they form hydroxide forms. Hydroxide forms plus heat is evolved plus hydrogen gas evolved. Clear? When potassium react with cold water, then they form potassium hydroxide. Beside it, they produce heat and hydrogen gas. When sodium also react with cold water, then they form hydroxide, sodium hydroxide, hydrogen gas, and also evolution of heat. Similarly, when calcium react with cold water, then they form calcium hydroxide. Clear? When calcium react with water, it is exception here. When calcium react with water, then they form calcium hydroxide and evolution of hydrogen, but not heat. Heat not evolve, only evolution of hydrogen gas. When magnesium react with hot water, then they form magnesium hydroxide and presence of hydrogen gas. When aluminium react with steam, means water, then they form aluminium hydroxide and also evolution of hydrogen gas. Also zinc and iron when react with steam, then they form same product like zinc oxide or aluminium oxide. Beside it, also evolution of hydrogen gas. Now this is table in front of you. In green box, you clearly show the reaction with water, how metal react with water, then which kind of product is formed. Clearly, you know, when metal react with water, then two kind of products are formed. One is metal hydroxide and one is metal oxide. Clear? One is metal hydroxide and one is metal oxide. When metal hydroxide react with cold water, when metal hydroxide react with cold water and react with hot water, then they form metal hydroxide. And when metal react with water with steam, then they form metal oxide. Clearly, when metal react with cold water, then they form metal hydroxide, and when metal react with steam, then they form metal oxide. And which metals react with cold water, hot water? With hot water, magnesium react, and with cold water, potassium, sodium, and calcium react with water. And in case of when metal react with steam, these are the aluminium, zinc, and iron. These metals react with steam and they form metal oxide. Clearly, only potassium, sodium, calcium form metal hydroxide, and only magnesium react with hot water, then they form metal hydroxide. And when aluminium, zinc, and iron react with metal, then they form metal oxide. Now, reaction with dilute acid. What is the difference between dilute and concentrated? We already discussed in acids, bases, and salts chapter. Clear? Dilute acid means when we add acid in water, and concentrated means when we take pure concentrated acid, not mix of water. Below hydrogen cannot take part, means those metals which are present below the hydrogen in reactivity series cannot take part with the dilute acid. Clearly, so those metals react with dilute acid which are highly reactive or moderate reactive. Like when metal react with dilute acid, then they form metal salt plus evolution of hydrogen gas. When metal react with dilute acid to give metal chloride, and when metal react with dilute acid to give metal sulfide. When metal react with hydrochloric acid, dilute hydrochloric acid से जब metal react करेगा, then they form metal chloride. And when metal react with dilute sulfuric acid, means dilute H2SO4 के साथ में react करेगा, then they form metal sulfide. Copper doesn't react with acid being less reactive. Copper react नहीं करेगा ऐसे के साथ because it is a less reactive metal. Metal below hydrogen do not react with dilute acid, and gold, silver, platinum less reactive, so they don't react with acid. All metal above hydrogen react with acid to give metal salt plus hydrogen gas. Clearly, all metals which are above the hydrogen in reactivity series react easily. They are highly reactive metal, so they react easily with dilute acid and give metal salts and hydrogen gas. The reaction between nitric acid and plus metal don't give hydrogen because nitric acid being strong oxidizing agent. We know that when reaction occur between nitric acid and metal, nitric acid is the HNO3. It doesn't react when it react with metal, then it don't give any hydrogen gas because nitric acid is a strong oxidizing agent and it oxidizes the hydrogen gas to water. Clearly, similarly, when we react the metal with hydrochloric acid or sulfuric acid, then they give the product metal salt plus evolution of hydrogen gas. But in case of nitric acid, which is a strong oxidizing agent, hydrogen gas not evolve because hydrogen get oxidized and they convert into water. However, very dilute nitric acid give hydrogen when react with magnesium and manganese. Very dilute nitric acid give hydrogen when react with magnesium and manganese. Clearly, only two metals react with dilute HNO3 and nitric acid, and in that case, they give hydrogen gas. In the equation are given below. When magnesium react with nitric acid, then the magnesium nitrate, and when manganese react with magnesium nitrate, manganese nitrate. In the both cases, evolution of hydrogen gas occur. Now, aqua regia. What is aqua regia? It's a very, very important question which comes in 1 marks MCQs in final exams of 10th class. So, aqua regia is a freshly prepared mixture of two acids. One is hydrochloric acid and other is nitric acid. And we take these two acids in the ratio of 3:1. Clear? It's a freshly prepared mixture of hydrochloric acid and nitric acid in the ratio of 3:1. It's a highly corrosive in nature, and when we dissolve gold and platinum, so it also protect it from to help in the cleansing of gold and silver. Reaction of metal with salt solution. How metal react with salt solution? A more reactive metal displays low reactive metal from its salt solution. We know that more reactive metal displays the low reactive metal from its salt solution, like salt solution of metal A react with metal B, then salt solution of metal B, B replace the A and get the position of A metal. Beside it, also the production of metal A. It means that metal B is more reactive. Clearly, if metal B take the position of metal A, means metal B is more reactive in reactivity series than metal A. Like copper sulfate when react with zinc, then we also discussed in reactivity series, zinc is more reactive than copper. So zinc displace the copper from its position and take the place of copper. And the product is formed zinc sulfate, which is colorless solution. Clear? It is a colorless solution, and beside it, copper is separated out. Like copper sulfate is blue in color. When it react with iron, iron is reddish brown, and iron is more reactive than copper. So iron take the position of copper, and the product is formed iron sulfate, which is green in color. Beside it, copper is produced. Clear? So when the reaction of metal with salt solution, then more reactive metal displays the low reactive metal from its salt. Reaction of metal with fluorine. Metal react with fluorine to form ionic chloride. Clear? When metal react with fluorine, like metal sodium react with chlorine, then they form ionic chloride. Metal chlorides are non-volatile. They not produce color. They are non-volatile. They have high melting point and boiling point. Clearly, metal chlorides are highly in melting point and boiling point. Copper also react with chloride to give copper chloride. Copper is least active, so it also react with chloride and give copper chloride. Here it is an example. Sodium, when sodium react with chlorine, then they form sodium chloride. Clearly. And when sodium chloride break into ions, then sodium consists positive ion and chlorine consists negative ion. And by sharing of electrons, how is it formed? By sharing of electrons, we know that the atomic number is sodium is 11 and its electronic configuration is 281, means its outermost shell consists of 1 electron, and beside it chlorine has 17 atomic number and its configuration is 287. It needs 1 electron to complete its octet. So sodium have the capability to give the ions because it requires 7 electrons, which are highly difficult. And chlorine gain only 1 electron. Clearly, so sodium lose its electron and consist positive charge. Sodium has the capability to lose its electron, being a stable, and chlorine have the capability to gain 1 electron from sodium. So sodium consists positive charge and chlorine consists negative charge. And the solution is formed is called sodium chloride, by which by sharing of these they form ionic chloride. They form ionic chloride. Similarly, when calcium react with chlorine, then they form calcium chloride, and magnesium react with chlorine, then they form magnesium chloride. Reaction of metal with hydrogen. Metal above hydrogen react with hydrogen to give metal hydride. Those metals which are lie above the hydrogen in reactivity series react with hydrogen to give metal hydride or ionic hydride. Not all, but only sodium, potassium, calcium, and magnesium react with hydrogen. All metal not react with hydrogen, only highly reactive metal like sodium, potassium, calcium, and magnesium reacts with hydrogen. Like when sodium reacts with hydrogen, they form sodium hydride. Potassium reacts with hydrogen, potassium hydride. Similarly, they also form calcium hydride and magnesium hydride. Now we discuss the non-metals. What is the physical properties of non-metal and what are the chemical properties of non-metals? Firstly, we discuss the physical properties of non-metals. It's like opposite of the case of metals. Metals are ductile and non-metals are non-ductile. They are not beaten into thin wires. They are not malleable. They have not the capability to break into thin sheets. They are not sonorous. They don't produce sound. They are bad conductor of heat and electricity. Metals, non-metal doesn't conduct heat and electricity, so they are bad conductor of heat and electricity, except graphite. Graphite is a non-metal, and this is the exceptions which is a good conductor of heat and electricity. They are present in all three states, in solid, in liquid, as well as in gas. They have low high density. It's the opposite of metal. They high density. They are not strong. They are very brittle and weak. We break it easily, except diamond. There is a one exception. Diamond is a known metal, but it is strong and hard in nature. We can't break it as easily. But beside it, except these non-metal, all other non-metals are brittle in nature and weak in nature. Last property is they are not lustrous. Not lustrous means they are not shining in nature except iodine. All non-metals are not shining in nature except iodine. Iodine lustrous in nature. Now these are the chemical properties of non-metal. Firstly, it reacts with oxygen. When non-metal react with oxygen, then they form non-metal oxide. And these non-metal oxide are acidic in nature or maybe neutral. And these acid oxides are called acid anhydrides. These acid oxides are also called acid anhydrides. Good. When react with water, when non-metal react with water, then no any kind of reaction takes place, and non-metal also doesn't react with acid. Clear? Non-metal doesn't react with water, and it also doesn't react with acid. Reaction with salt solution. More reactive non-metal also displays the low reactive non-metal from its salts, like sodium bromide. Sodium bromide is when react with the chlorine, then they form sodium chloride plus evolution of bromine gas. Clearly, chlorine, here chlorine is more reactive and it take the position of bromine. Then they form sodium chloride and evolution of bromine. Reaction with chlorine, then when non-metal react with chlorine, then they form covalent chloride. Like when hydrogen react with fluorine, then they form hydrogen chloride. Clearly, when reaction with hydrogen, then they also form covalent hydrides. Like sulfur, when react with the hydrogen, then they form hydrogen sulfide. Now, it's a very important table. What is the difference between chemical properties of metals and non-metals? Metals react with water. Yes. Non-metals do not react with water. Metals form ionic chloride and non-metals form covalent chloride. And we also discussed one other difference. Metals react with dilute acid. Beside it, non-metals doesn't react with dilute acid. Yes, now there is the uses of both metals and non-metals. What is the use of metals and non-metals? Metals like copper, aluminum are used to make wires because they are good conductor of heat and electricity. So they are used to make wires. Iron, copper, aluminum used to make household. Similarly, silver and gold used for jewelry. Zinc used for galvanization. Galvanization means used for uh, painting to prevent the iron things from corrosion. So zinc is used for galvanization. Mercury is used in thermometer. Aluminium foil is used in food packing. Lead is used in car batteries. Beside it, non-metals uses of non-metal. First is hydrogen is the non-metal which is used in the hydrogenation of. Hydrogenation means to convert the oil into ghee. This process is called hydrogenation. To convert oil into ghee, this is called hydrogenation, breaking of bonds, saturated or unsaturated. Second, liquid hydrogen as rocket fuel. Liquid hydrogen is also used in rocket fuel. Carbon used in cells. Nitrogen is a gas which is used in food preservation, in dry food, to protect the dry oily food for long-term storage. Sulfur used in hardening of rubber. Sulfur also used in matchstick, and sulfur is also used in gunpowder. Now, how do metal and non-metal react? When metal react with non-metal, then they form ionic compounds. Ions, then they form ions, means positive ions or negative ions. But when non-metal react with non-metal, then they form covalent compound. It's one many times 1 mark MCQ question asked, what's the product is formed when non-metal react with non-metal? Yes, then they form covalent compound. And when metal react with non-metal, then they form ionic compound. Similarly, when metal react with metal, then they also form ionic compounds. Every element wants to become stable. We know that every element wants to complete its shell to become to maintain the stability and to gain the nearest inert gas configuration by which they sharing the electron.